Oh, you think you heard something? You really think you heard something? Or you think you seen something? Check this out.
Stocks surged after President Trump announced a pause in some of his reciprocal tariffs. The market closed with the S&P 500 skyrocketing today, more than 9.5%. It was the third biggest one-day gain since 2008.
However, there is still some uncertainty. President Trump says there will be a 90-day pause for 75 countries, but the 10% baseline remains in effect here, and tariffs on goods from China will now be 125%. NBC4's Conan Nolan is live on our news and following what this all means. Conan?
Yeah, well, the tariff reductions are still higher for most countries that we have trade agreements with, but they are better than what the president announced last week. All except for the nation's biggest trading partner, China, which, as you point out, is seeing a tariff of 125%.
Faced with a revolt from business allies and an increasing number of Republicans on Capitol Hill and a tanking stock market, today President Donald Trump took a step back from the brink.
Can you walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause?
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know, they were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid
of the reality ahead. This morning, J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon became the latest business leader warning of a recession.
I think probably that's a likely outcome.
Such pronouncements moving the president to reverse course on most of his global tariffs hours after they had gone into effect. The president dropped import taxes on goods from most countries around the world to 10% and paused collecting higher tariffs for 3 months. The president saying scores of countries have come forward wanting to negotiate better trade agreements.
We have many other countries, as you know, many more than 75. And they all want to come, and they want to come here, or they'll go to Commerce, or they'll go to Treasury.
At the same time, the president increasing tariffs again on China from 104 to a staggering 125% after the Chinese had slapped U.S. goods with an 84% tariff in retaliation. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.
China is the most imbalanced economy in the history of the modern world, and they are the biggest source of the U.S. trade problems.
The tariffs on China, the bulk of the business at the Los Angeles Long Beach Harbor, will result in major price hikes in everything from clothing to electronics, even toys. The president insisting the Chinese will soon come to the negotiating table.
China wants to make a deal. They just don't know how quite to go about it.
News of the 90-day pause rallied the markets, but plenty still wonder if the president won't change his mind again. And for retailers counting on shipments from China, the struggle and the choices are just beginning.
We can pay the bills and raise prices or try and absorb them and go out of business.
Hey, yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your main man, Will, right here, man. Hey, y'all want to follow me on TikTok, Coffee Talk with Will. Y'all want to follow me on Facebook, Coffee Talk with Will. Y'all want to follow me on YouTube, Coffee Talk with Will. Like, subscribe, follow your boy, you know what I mean?